Hi, I'm Phil with Xcel-Tek. Today I'm going to show you how to set up, it could be a stationary blind or a portable goose blind utilizing the Xcel-Tek hinge kit for this type of blind, a 16-foot panel, a couple T-posts. So I'm going to bring the wire panel in. I have a 16-foot section. Kind of going to center it up on these T-posts. Kind of bend that, get it straight. And one thing you want to remember, the way the Xcel-Tek hinges work, the horizontal wire of this primary panel needs to be facing towards the inside of the blind. So I'm going to have one section here. If we have it back, it's going to be here. I'm standing inside the blind. So the way the flyaway hinges work, this horizontal wire of this panel needs to be on the inside of the blind. So you have to remember that when you're doing it. So I pre-cut my flyaway panels. The Xcel-Tek hinge works utilizing about a 3/8 projection on this wire. You'll need that in 2 positions. If you're doing a full length flyaway panel, you'll need 2 of these 2 hinges about every 4 feet of length that you have. In this case, I'm selecting to use about 40-inch panels, and I'm going to utilize 2 hinges per panel. So the way that's going to work is, for the flyaways to work, it twists in just like the door Z-fold hinges, but they're going to go on the flyaway panel like this. And you'll see what happens here is it catches right here and allows it to hold itself up. And we pre-bent these to give approximately the desired angle, and they can be adjusted to the desired angle if your setup requires something else. But that's the way it's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and install these. I do the same thing as the doors. I like to install 1 hinge. I'll install 1 hinge on here first, and then I'll put the panel in, and it helps me to handle the panel easier. So I've got 1 hinge with clamp and hardware. I'm going to go ahead and install that in position. Since my flyaway has the elongated piece one section over, this will be my location I'm going to install it. I told you that the horizontal wire of the panel had to be to the inside of the blind, and that's to give you the correct angle for the flyaway to be set at. So everything's the same as the door hinges, the way it mounts up here. Just put that on in position, tightens up the same way. And that one's ready to take a panel. So I'm going to go ahead and get me another hinge and hardware. I'm going to go ahead and twist in my flyaway panel so that it's going to hold itself. So it takes just a little bit to figure out which direction that goes, but you'll see that's going to set the angle right there. So that end's going to hold itself. I'm going to go ahead and install this panel, or this hinge, on the flyaway panel. Excuse me. And I'll tighten it up here in place with the hardware. So now it's holding itself up, and I'm just going to secure it with the fasteners here. Alright, so that one's active. You'll see that it's going to work. If it were camouflaged, it'd be nice and quiet, and you get ready to shoot. you'll be sitting in a chair. When you pop up, you'll throw that other way and you're ready to shoot. So that's the way the Xcel-Tek flyaway hinges work. I'm going to go ahead and secure the rest of them on here. For this application, I'm going to leave a gap in between each one. That allows me to view incoming birds. I can brush this in where some of the brush comes over top of either side, and gives me a sight window, but not a direct line of sight for the birds to see inside the blind. So I'm going to go ahead and secure the first hinge in all the positions, and then I'll install the rest of the panels. So I was going to give you a close-up of how the Xcel-Tek flyaway hinge works. You can see it's supporting the panel itself. It's actually resting on the hinge. So what happens is when you cut these panels, wherever the hinge position is, you want to leave this extension of this vertical wire about 3/8 beyond the lower flyaway horizontal wire. So when you do that, it creates a bearing point where the material that you left right here on the 3/8 extension comes down, rests against the hinge. It's doing that in both positions and supports itself in the desired position nicely for a flyaway. So in some applications, you may not like the factory angle that we have set on these flyaway hinges, or you might be in a high wind situation, say it's coming from the back here and it's not enough angle to keep the wind from blowing your panel over. You may want to change that. So I'm going to show you how you can change that angle. What you would do is, first, if you can see how the hinge operates here, you never want to start on this one that's going to pull against this side of the hinge. You'd want to start on the free side first. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adjust this, and I'm going to bring that back, and then I'm going to bring this one to it, just using a simple pair of channel locks. And I'm tightening that up right now to where it actually becomes tight again on the wire that's there. And then I'm going to match that on the other side. So I've opened that up, created some free space, brought that to it. Probably need to do a little bit more to match the other side. And you can see that I've changed the angle significantly from the rest of the panels. I personally would kind of prefer this angle probably for a goose hunt. So pretty easy to change, simple, and it holds itself just the same way. So they fly down the same way. So pretty easy. You just use a simple pair of channel locks and you can change the angle as desired.